title for my channel. So you'll see this title that we create today, hopefully if things go well, used on pretty much every video that we do from now on, as long as we like it. I've got a bit of an idea for a bit of a vibe change, so should be good. Let's see what happens. I'll tell you right now, if you don't know, if you can't tell, I'm Australian, we're in Australia, and a lot of you guys aren't necessarily, and today is extremely hot. It's, I don't know what it is, but basically I've put on the air conditioner, which I think is super loud, so I'm going to just check the stream, but I pretty much need it on, otherwise you're going to be looking at absolutely, it's going to look terrible. So I'm going to check that quickly, and then we'll be able to get into it. So let me just get these on. I'm going to have a listen to the stream, see how bad it actually is. Okay, it's not too bad. We're going to run with it, I think. I'll move this a bit closer even. That might be even a bit nicer. Let me just try it. Let me just check again. It's not great, is it? Alright, I might flick it back for now so that it doesn't need to have the like, it won't be running as loud. Yeah, it should be a little bit nicer. Yeah, that should be a bit better. Hopefully it's better. Hopefully you don't need a bit of a revamp on the channel. I've been using the same. I've got two kind of intro screens that happen at the start of every video. If you've watched any of them, you'll know exactly what they look like. The Jack Bing kind of like pops up and then goes away, and then it says what it is, and it's kind of got some colors and things. I want to change the vibe a little bit more to my end screen title that I did on another stream that you can go and have a look at, something like how to make the ultimate end screen or something like that, I think I called it. So I want it to be more along those vibes, which is like the kind of white and pink style thing. I think it's like a really modern kind of cool way to go about it. Essentially, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what it's going to end up looking like, but it will look very similar in the sense that it will still be my logo, different colors. I still want Jack Bing to appear somehow, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So let's get into it. This is After Effects. We've got open today, so we're often doing things on Photoshop. Let's have a crack on After Effects. I'm going to turn this down just a touch. Hopefully it can chill out a little bit. Maybe even this. No, that's better. Yeah, so if you're in the chat, feel free to say hey. Got any questions? Just want to chat? Anything? We're here hanging out. This is the live stream. As always with the live streams, we'll condense it into a time lapse to make another video out of, which is super cool. And then, and yeah, so let's get into it. The first thing, so this is the white screen. It is actually going to be a mostly white screen because I like the vibe of it a little bit. So what I need to bring into the After Effects is basically the logo, the color that I want to use mostly, and I mean really it should almost kind of be it. Oh, it's Grant. Hello Grant. Oh no, Grant, you're watching me use After Effects. You're gonna be disappointed. I'm making a new opener for the YouTube channel, so it's been a while. For those of you guys watching, Grant that's in the chat is actually unbelievable at using this program, and a lot better than me. Alright, so I'm going to bring in a couple of things here. Where is my... I'm going to bring in the Jack Bing logo, which is here somewhere. Grant, how hot is it in Perth, or wherever you're from, Bunbury? Because it's ridiculous over here at the moment. It's insane. Here we go. End screen. Yeah, that. So this is just this is literally just the coloured box that has the colour in it. It's got an angle because we used it for the end screen. So we'll kind of see how it ends up. So yeah, I don't really know where we're going to go with this, but I think I've got a bit of an idea that I mainly want it to be. This is probably like not the best way to do this, but I really want it to be mainly the pink box to start with, and I want my name to like write on, which I do know how to do. 25 degrees, Grant, are you serious? That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know what it is here. I'll tell you what it is here right now while I've got the air conditioner on, ruining my sound. It is 34. It feels like 50, I reckon. It's ridiculous. Yes, so really, in the end, the end screen is basically going to look like this, except the jack being, I kind of want it to be like, only like maybe that big, and I'm going to write it on, so it writes onto the screen, and somehow disappears, and then we'll make it so that the title of the video then comes up. So, gosh, I haven't done this in a while. But what we want to do here is we're going to use an effect called stroke, which is over the side here. So I'm just going to type it into the box. Stroke. This one here in the generate, we've got this stroke, and I'm going to put it onto the Jack Bing logo, which is that there. And then you've got all these kind of options that are going to come up here. I don't want that to look like that. I'm going to change this. Standard maybe. No. There we go. Yeah, so applying that stroke basically means that I can use this little guy here and basically draw where I want it to kind of start appearing. So we'll basically jump in and do that. I'm going to make it, I'm just going to zoom it in a bit. Might go 100%. Yeah, perfect. So we've got to think about how we want the paintbrush to kind of brush on the logo. So for example, like it'll go across the top and then it's going to come over and back down, because you want it to look like it's actually being brushed on kind of thing. So, alright, thanks Grant, you're a legend. You're awesome. I'm going to make a time lapse of this so you can watch that. You can watch that back rather than watch however long this goes for me struggling through this thing. So yeah, we're going to enjoy the trip. You're over here. Yeah, so I'm going to start on this brush stroke. So you want to think about how it actually is going to look. So it's going to go across the top and then it's going to kind of come down and follow the lines like as if you're actually painting kind of thing. That's what you want it to look like in the end. So what I'll do is I'm going to start it right here, and then you're literally just going to draw the line down like that. And then just so you guys have got a bit of an example, there's this kind of start and end thing here. Oh, I need to reveal the image. So, okay, I'll get back to this later. I'm not going to do this now. Yeah. Draw the strokes on, and then I'm going to keep, I need to go back. Messed it up. Okay, now we're going to go across the top. Okay, so now that's drawn down and across. And then I'm going to come back for the A. I'm going to come back over to here, start down the bottom. Now, see, I've crossed over here, but the way it's already drawn on the J, so it doesn't actually matter. So I'm going to come all the way up through the middle here. And you're basically just clicking straight through the middle of what it is that you want to reveal. Like this. There we go. And now I'm going to come straight back up through the middle of the A. Come all the way around. Yeah. Yeah, I want to come around to here. Jump in for the C. I'm going to make that A flick through at the end there. So come down around like this. You can kind of, if things aren't exactly in the right spot, you can kind of fix them up as you go kind of thing. So it works out really good for that. Alright, so that's the C done. Come back up to the top. We're going to stroke down for the K. Straight down the center. Like this. And then we're going to come back up the top. right back over to here, down through, down there, whoops, and then back up and come down here, like that, and then we need to come back for this A, so I'm going to shoot all the way back here and then throw the A on. Like that. Now see how it's colouring another box? You don't actually want it to do that, so I'm just going to come through a thing, or we'll just play it. Yeah, about there. I can put the 100% keyframe on it, right there, and then come back to the start, make it 0. This is what it looks like as it gets built on. Sorry, that should be 100%. Oh, I need to make the brush size bigger. I don't know why that's not working. PNG effects. That should. Stroke overlay logo. It should be 100% and it should be fully revealed. I'm not sure why that's happening. Bear with me, friends. Bear with me. If you do watch this background and you're watching this right now, you're officially going to be like screaming at your computer telling me how to do this. Because I don't know why mask. This should be just working. Reveal image. This should be on mask 1. Oh, there we go. Okay, got it. I don't know why that needs to be set to mask 1, which is the mask that we just used. Mask 1. Yeah, that's the red one. Okay, we got it. Yeah, so that should be when we hit a couple of seconds there, we will go 100%. Yep, we can now keyframe that to 100%, and then back here at the start, we can make it 0. So I think that now that's just big because I made the brush size so big. Yeah, so right here I want to make it down to 0. And so now this is what it looks like. Okay, so that's not bad, you can see that. It's not terrible, but we basically want to, I'm just going to stretch it out a bit so it takes a little bit longer. Slow it down just a tad. Yeah, so you can see that it kind of gives away a little bit too much when you're watching it. So as we come through here, we can go through a bit slower and just watch what's going on. So yeah, so you can see that in one frame, all 4 of those get drawn on. So that's like not ideal. So maybe it needs to be slowed down a bit more even. I don't want it to be too slow. That looks a bit better. Yeah, so we get this. We go down, curls around. That looks fine. Top goes on. That looks good. Come into the A. Now you can see here, as it comes up here, it actually has revealed a bit of this side piece here. So I might see if I can bring the brush size down a little bit to try and not reveal quite as much, but it still needs to show all of it. So I think you can see if I go too skinny, the J starts to lose the actual sides of the J. So we need to get to the full point where it's complete, so about there. And then, because you can still see this part on the side of the A here, we basically just need to move it in to try and get it out of the way there. So maybe over to here, move this bit over a little bit. I want to try and avoid that, and I can soften up the brush a little bit too. so that it's not too, yeah, it's a bit soft. So if you go full hardness, you can see the size of it. We soften it up a little bit. We should end up still with a pretty good reveal. Okay, so we're there. We come through over the top. Same thing here. You can see a little bit of the sides there. That's not ideal. It's a bit tricky to get around because of the thinner, because it's actually thinner there. So I'm just trying to think about what the best thing to do there. It's a bit tricky, but I think that I'm just going to bring that brush size just down just a touch more, and bring the hardness down just a touch more as well, so that we don't give away too much of that A stroke in the middle there. But I guess that's just the way that you're doing it. It pretty much, that's kind of how it goes when you're doing it kind of simple like this. So okay, it comes down, shows off the A, and then we're going, I've gone around to the C. See that? It showed off a bit of the K there. We need to bring that in a little bit. It's a little bit of a shame that it kind of, I couldn't get around the C enough, but I think it's still fine. Yeah, so you come around there, a bit, like I said, a bit of a shame. Yeah, that's better. We'll come from up here a bit more, so that way it doesn't give away too much of the C. So it kind of goes down, over, and around. That's good. Finish that bit there. There we go. Heads up for the K. Oh, I want that to still finish the C off. And I want this to get right up the top there. Make sure we get that whole C filled out. There you go. That's a bit better. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's good. There we go. Like that. So now it should come down, draw down and around. It's all about just finding that right point, you know? Add a new one in the middle here. What did I do just then? There we go. There we go, that fills out the C a bit nicer there. When in doubt, Control Z, by the way. Alright, so now we come down for the K, all the way down, heads back up, down and across, and okay, so we needed to get a bit more of the C around here. That's a bit better. And then we finish off the A. Shoots through the middle there. Boom, that's the A done. Nice. Alright, so let's have a look back at it now. Cool. I don't mind that. You can see that A kind of pretty clearly, but really, when there's other things going on, which there will be in the background as this happens, it won't really matter. Like, you won't really see it. So, alright, that's great. Now we need to basically create another mask for the Bing part that's going to go at a different time. So I think basically this, theoretically, I know how to do this. Never actually done it before, but we'll work it out as we go. Okay, so Bing is still down here somewhere. So for now, what I'm going to do is just come back to the image, and we're going to start a new stroke here, a new pen mask to create, and it's going to do the Bing. So for the same thing, I'm going to go down, do the B, from the top I and G, like that. Should be pretty straightforward. Let's go back to 100%. Let's have a look at the Bing. There it is. Okay, and yeah, pen tool. So this will be a different colored mask, you'll see. So we'll go down here, start drawing it down, and then come up and around. You don't want to click on an old mask, you want to create new lines only when you're doing this. I'm going to come around the inside of that because I don't want to give the eye away. Yep, and then we're going to come up here, back down. Yep. And then we're going to go back up for the end. We're just going to draw the end straight on. The Bing's a lot easier than the Jack, actually. It doesn't have as many bits and pieces happening at the same time. if you're here in the chat, feel free to say hey. I really like to just like, you know, we're here to kind of hang out and chat. It's a live stream. It's not like a video, so you get the opportunity to kind of ask any questions or say hey or whatever, just hanging out. I really like it. Yeah, so let's go up there like that. Even come as far as that. Straight back, and then we're going to go across like that and down like that. So that should be the Bing. Now this is mask 2, this one. So this time we're going to actually switch. This stroke is going to be mask 2. So it's a different section. And if I do the reveal here, it only shows that bit. Just try and neaten up a little bit like last time. That should be good. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the Bing finish. Okay, again, mask 2. Yeah, so I want the Bing to finish just after the jack, but I wanted to start in the middle of the jack. So I think it's going to finish about there. Should be good. Let's put that on. Is this the right? I hope I didn't just get rid of the old mask. I think I did. That's the old one there. This should be dealing with mask 2. Effects. Path, mask 2. Endpoint 100%. Alright, so oh, that's interesting. It changed it. So what's mask 1? It's the same. So what's happening right now? Why are they not both visible is my question. Maybe I need to add another stroke onto the... I think this is what I need to do. I think I need to add another stroke effect and make this one mask 2. So this one's separate now. Okay, let's see how this works. So that's stroke there, this is stroke 2, here we go. This is what we want. Let's just get rid of that one for now. Now we want the Bing to finish just after the jack, so maybe here somewhere, 100%, it's going to be ended. And then we'll bring it back to here, reveal. And then we're going to bring it back, started in the middle here somewhere, so that's why we want it to be back down on 0%. Now for this one we want it to be, brush size looks good, mask 2. Is this going to work for us now? Interesting. Reveal image, mask 2. Okay, maybe they can't work at the same time. It's only revealing the one that they're both overlapping on. I might need to get rid of mask 2 completely, so that mask 1 should still work. Stroke 2 needs to go. Okay, let's just stick with this. We've got jack. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that. Oh, actually, I want to go a bit faster. That's very slow. Jack. Even faster again, I reckon. Yep, okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring this, I'm going to lock that one off, and I'm actually going to put another one in, the same thing. It's going to go in again. There it is. And let's see this jack. So I want to make the Bing fit with the jack, so there it is there. And I'm just going to, just for the sake of it, basically do the same thing again, but only with the Bing. So I'm going to put the stroke on this one here. I'm going to rename these just to make it a bit easier. I think I can do that. Jack, Bing. Okay, so now we're going to do the Bing, same thing we just did with the mask. So it's got a stroke on it. Does it? Yes, it does. There it is. Let's make the brush size up a bit, and let's grab this pen tool and start doing what we just did a second ago with the Bing, but we're going to do it again. So straighten her up and around. Actually, last time I went the stroke first, but let's just try this out, see how it goes. Straight down there. So that should be all revealed now. Come up for the eye. Straight down there. Back around for the N, all the way up. And straight down through the middle again. Back up again. There, and for the G, I'm going to come up through the K there. There it is, the G. Just going to move that. Go back to here. Continue on. Back there, and then double back. Come back up here. There we go. It's getting a bit warm. Let's crank that up a little bit. Okay, so that's the Bing there done for the Jack Bing. And so now we need to make it to do the reveal image. Bring up the brush size. Make sure this is mask 1. Yeah, so we need to bring up the brush size here so it actually uncovers everything again. Okay, now we need to set a point at which it's going to be at 100%. So with the Jack, it finishes there. So maybe we'll go to 2 and 100%, and we'll come back to maybe in the middle here where we pull it back to 0. So let's see how this looks now. Okay, pretty bad, but we're getting the kind of idea happening. So you can see it does the J, A, C, K, and before it's finished the K, the B starts. Now that's pretty shocking how that B goes on. So let's go back down to that and have a look. Just like we did with the Jack. I'm going to come through here and just basically pull apart what's wrong with this B. Yeah, so it's the brush, the size of the brush is too big, obviously. So let's come back to the very, very start, the very first frame. Shows the B, and it actually comes in the bottom here a bit too much, so you might just put it up there and just see how that goes. So start off goes around. I'll just slow this down as well, just for this one, and get rid of that eye that's in there. So B, see how it's showing it's a bit too big. There we go. So yeah, that's the B going on. Showing a bit of that eye there again. Let's just make it. There we go. And same thing, we've got this little bit here, so we'll pull that down out of the way again as well. There we go. It's really tricky to get it to actually do the right shape because things are so close, especially for this logo. You can imagine for something that's even more complicated, it'd be really hard. But yeah, so there you go, there's the B. shoots it down. That's good. The eye's nice. Just gives away the tiniest bit at the end. So we're actually going to move all of the eye across a little bit. Okay, we're going up and over for the N. Nice. Okay, you can see we saw a bit of the G there, so we'll bring that back away. There we go. And coming up over the top for the G. Too close to that, so that's a bit better there. Okay, so he comes up and around that bit there. Just we'll stop it right back here basically. That's actually really tricky, that bit, because it's so skinny there. So I might even stop it back here, and then as it comes back through it'll draw it on. It's one of those ones where I'm just going to make the sacrifice a little bit. It's all happening pretty quick. Alright, so let's look at that now. Let's go back to regular fit. There it is. So jack, bing. Great. I actually really like how that worked out. I'm going to speed both of them up a little bit. So I want the bing to finish earlier, and also want the jack to finish earlier. But I like where they start and finish. So in relative to each other, that is. So I want the jack to be a bit faster. Let's watch it again. Okay, so the bing's slow. The jack looks good. That's the speed that I want the bing to come through with as well. That looks good. Okay, so that's the jack. Bing. Finishes back here somewhere maybe. Not bad. Jack. Bing. I think we can start the bing a bit earlier. That way it doesn't, like, I want to start before jack finishes. Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, and I want to kind of, I'm just going to use the easy ease on both of these. And what that does is basically means rather than just going straight, exactly the same speed the whole way, it kind of changes, it kind of speeds up and speeds in and out kind of thing. So that should look really good. Let's have a quick look. Let's get a slow in the middle, it'll kind of speed up a little bit. Oh, that's probably too hectic. Maybe I want it to be not that aggressive at all. A bit more like this maybe. Yeah, that's nice. Nice. Alright. That's the bing. Let's go back for the jack. And then back here we're going to do the easy again. Easy ease. F9. I should just get that, use that shortcut, shouldn't I? Alright, so yeah, so you see when you watch this, it speeds up through the middle. It is good, but I kind of want it to not be so like obvious, so I can slow it down a bit because of that. And I just want it to kind of drag out a little bit more. I think that's kind of like how I had the last one, so maybe we'll do the opposite. Maybe we'll go a bit of a faster start. So this looks like. Yeah, cool. I actually like that curve. I like how that curve goes a lot. I might use the same one for the Bing. So we'll come back here again, lock that off. Let's try this out. That's cool. Kind of finishes up nice and slow. Again. Alright, we'll see what it looks like if now that we've got those sorted out. Actually, I really like where they are. I want to see what they look like if you kind of make the Bing start when the jack finishes. That's the goal. So that's going to be moving both of these. So basically there. So jack, Bing. I kind of don't mind that actually. I like it doing it all differently. But maybe it just needs to be all faster. So if I just bring that to there. Where is that? Okay. So now it's going to do one after the other a bit quicker. Don't mind it. So tricky finding out these little things, you know? So hard. I do like that. I do like the kind of easy, I like the slow finish though. So tricky. Yeah, that's cool. I don't mind that. Okay. So that's that. Now, do I want to make other things happen is a good question. So that's going to come on the screen. I think I need those two things to together come on. It needs to write itself on, and then it needs to pop, it needs to disappear kind of thing, I think is the goal. So that way it gets off the screen, and then the next bit can be where the words come on. So I'll show you again what we've got. This is where we're up to with this. Yep. Not bad. Pretty cool. Yeah. I do like it. What do you think, chat? Not too bad? Not terrible? Yeah, so now I'm going to make it basically just fly off the side kind of thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go new, and I'm going to create a null object. If you don't know about null objects, it's basically a thing that is there but doesn't really exist, and you pretty much can pair things to it so that if you move the null object, they move with it. So that way I can have this one thing here, and both of them will fly away with the null object, but you'll never see it. So Hope that makes sense. Hopefully that's like a good enough explanation. So I think that to do that, I don't really know. I'm pretty sure you just like, let me grab this. Pair these to the null. Yep, and then that you'll see that if I move that, it moves all of them. There you go. Back in the center. Alright, so now let's start on this movement. So Jack Bing. And then I think what I wanted to do is just basically expand and disappear. So it's going to go big and small again. So I'm literally just going to go... I'm not sure how this works with the null, but we'll find out. Let's just go from at this point here. G finishes. And then we're going to go transform scale. And then right here it's going to go like 3 frames. We're going to go bigger. I think I need to move this null object. I think we're just going to unparent this for a second. I think I need to move it right into the center of these guys. And move the anchor point. Is this the one? Center the anchor point. So when it gets bigger and gets smaller, it all happens right in the middle of the screen. That's the goal. So that's good now. So I'm going to parent these back up again. Null 1, null 1. Lock them away. I always lock the layers because I don't like them. You can accidentally bump things and change stuff, so I don't really like that. Yeah, so it's going to go Jack Bing, and then big, and then it's going to go big straight down to small again. So it's going to go from here to there, and as it gets to here, we're going to go to 0%. Whoop, we can go to negatives. 0%. So it does this. Jack Bing, like that. It's kind of cool. We can go even faster. Yeah, so that's cool. Jack Bing off. And then I do like that. Like that's pretty easy to kind of. Yeah, at that point I can put the words on here of what's going to happen, what the video is going to be, and then we can get into the actual video itself. So I don't mind that at all. Let's see. Jack Bing. Alright, I don't know what this is going to look like, but I'm going to try it anyway, because we can. I'm going to try and make this basically fly on from, somewhere back here, I guess. We're going to make it, let's get this a bit bigger. It's going to kind of come out of the side like the old one used to. It's going to go chung onto there like that, and then it's going to disappear as it's riding. That might look weird, might look bad, but we'll find out. So position there. Let's go back to there, and we're going to just go up a tiny. Oh, that's not what I want. It's going to go up to there, or maybe even straight. Let's go straight. I think if I do that, yeah, there, and then right back to the start. It's going to be right off the screen like that. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. I don't mind that at all. Let me see. I need to watch it a few times. Everything you do, you just need to watch it over and over. It flies in real fast, doesn't it? And also, it also disappears a bit fast. Maybe I should make it just hang just a tiny bit longer. Shunk. That's cool. I like it. I'm just going to experiment a little bit with this timing. I think all I need to do really is just do one of those easy easy again. F9. Okay, I'm going to use this. F9. Bang. Bang. Okay, so let's see what that looks like now. It's pretty fast anyway, so it's hard to tell. So let's look at this. Can we dull that down a little bit? Maybe not. Just gonna spread this out just a touch. When it's sent, I don't think that's in the center of the screen. I think that the center needs to finish. Here is where it finishes. Oh, that's that. Yeah, that's definitely not the center. Can I put a marker? Can I get a ruler or something? Ruler. Where do I want the ruler at? Half of 1920 is 950, 960. 960 by 1080, which is 540. Okay, I'm going to use the center now. Cool. I think we pretty much got it. What do you reckon? Zooms in, check Bing. It feels slow. It feels slow. Let's just ditch that for a second. I like it, but the Jack Bing feels slow. Just a tiny bit. Same thing. I just push that. Oh, there we go. I think I like it. I think I like that. It's a bit different. Some disappears. What do you reckon, chat? You like it? It comes on. Pumping music. The other thing is I'm going to like bring the vibe up, so you're going to see it a lot more in the videos, similar to the end screen. It's like real pumpy and things are going on, you know? I think that's it. I think we're going to leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Let's move this. There we go. You can watch it happen a few times. Nice. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys liked it. If you learned something, then make sure you... That's not... I need to do the outro for the live stream. Actually, I'll do it for the time lapse. But I'll finish this off now. Thanks heaps for watching it, guys. If you... I love seeing you guys subscribe because it means heaps to me to basically see that you guys are appreciating the content. And yeah, I love it. I love it so much. So thanks heaps. What is that? 52 minutes? Not bad. Yeah, so you're going to see this on my videos from now on. I'm going to use it instead of the black one. We're going to have a lot more fun vibe going on. Alright? Thanks heaps, guys. Appreciate you. See you later.